You finally got it right.
Yeah.
Nah.
So what's going on?
Nothing much. Memorial Day is coming.
How have you been? Let's talk to the people and tell them how have you been, Miss ReGina?
Are you clowning on me?
No, I'm just saying.
Well, I did come back from Hawaii and not feeling too well.
We're not gonna talk about that though, or are we?
We're not.
We're not gonna talk about it.
We don't talk about it. It's almost like Bruno.
We're gonna keep that like Bruno. Okay,
yeah.
We don't talk about it. We ain't gonna.
But
talk
I feel
about
great
it.
now.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's good. So, anywho, this is Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
And we wanted to just send out a quick little.
You know what?
Message.
I'm just gonna be.
Okay.
Pretty.
She about to call an audible, y'all.
No, because. So, what is Memorial Day anyway? I know what we were taught and all this thing, but I want to go a little bit deeper because I remember this lady saying she wasn't being a grouch or anything. She was just kind of like, I don't know why we say Happy Memorial Day or Happy Veterans Day, but I can't remember if it was Veterans or Memorial that she said.
So you want me to clear that up? So Veterans Day is when you honor those that have served, whether they are living or whether they have passed away. And Memorial Day is when we honor those that have served, that have died in service. So those that have died.
So that would make sense. I think she was talking about Memorial Day. So 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's why she said, basically, I'm just going to tell you what I heard. Was so happy about it. That's what I heard her say. In a sense.
It's really not a happy occasion for people.
So
you
when
can
you say
celebrate
Happy Memorial Day,
you can celebrate.
But let me tell you, I'm going to put a little swing on that now. That's why I wanted to find out what exactly did she mean by that. Sometimes when people say stuff, it causes you to change what you normally do. But I'm going to put a little twist on that.
Okay.
I remember, I have these stories because I'm almost 50, y'all. So I remember a time when a friend of mine, she could not understand why I had pictures of radiation when Anna got radiation. And I remember telling her, because I don't ever want to forget that moment, because in that moment, Anna became a hero to our family. She struggled. She had stage 4 cancer, and she became a hero to her siblings. And moreover, Jesus Christ became real, like on the front line for me. Like, I'm praying to him and I'm expecting a miracle. I'm expecting him to do something, and he showed up. So I don't ever want to forget that, because oftentimes there's a story in the Bible that, okay, you know me, I'm not even going to apologize anymore, about the lepers. He healed, I believe, 9 or is it 10? 10, but only one came back. I don't ever want to be the other 9. I want to always remember. So sometimes when things are good, you're always thinking, oh, you forget them. So I believe that it is a happy occasion because there was someone that took the place.
It can be.
It can be, but here's the reason I say that. It is also sad because in 2007, and the reason I can identify with both sides is in 2007, we buried a child. We had a child early that struggled for life.
Right.
And then we had another child that they pronounced dead because she was stage 4 cancer, and it was like, enjoy your life with her as you can. So all those phases, now that I'm healed, I can say was a happy moment. Jason Jr. went to heaven, according to the Bible that I believe. The child that was 3 pounds that stayed in the hospital for 2 months and went through his struggles, the twin, my Tony, resilience, happy, he made it. And then Anna struggled through chemo, 3 kinds, and then radiation, and then she's still working, and she's an RN now, and she got a kidney taken, but she's still operating. Her one kidney is operating off 100%. So being in all phases, death, struggling, life, hoping that a child comes home, hoping that a child doesn't end up in the grave. I can understand why some people say, well, it's not happy, but that person, military-wise, served their country and they protected us, because it's almost like this. If it wasn't them,
right,
then it could have been me. So I'm still celebrating them, even
right,
though it's not
and that's what we do.
but I celebrate them. So I would say, yes, it is a happy Memorial Day. It's not happy in a sense like, oh yeah, they died,
Mm-hmm.
but in a sense is I'm remembering them,
Right.
and I'm happily remembering them because they died in honor.
Yeah, I think you just have to be empathetic to those that are still working through their grief process.
I guess, yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that's why we would say, if you did happen to say Happy Memorial Day, because that's the thing that you would say, then if someone says, I don't know what's happy about it, then you would just have to kind of respect that. And
I just kind of like looked at her like, let me investigate that a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I am. I'm like, because I was like, she has a valid point. That's her feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at it
And it's
from
totally
all
okay
sides.
to say I'm sorry for your loss. You know?
Sometimes I don't like to say I'm sorry for your loss, because sometimes people, they get that a lot. It's almost like, thank you for your service.
Well, no. But to acknowledge that somebody has suffered a loss,
I guess,
is to say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't the cause of it, but I am sorry that it happened. That you had to experience this, but but that doesn't mean that your life stops when a person that you love dies. It doesn't mean that your life stops, but for some people, it does take a lot out of them. Because I couldn't imagine, like, if something happened to you, it would take a lot out of me.
Well,
so I have to think about that.
Yeah, that is true. So even with that, because there's so many sides of grief that we're on, and grief and trying to heal from that loss. Yeah. It comes in waves. Yep. Violently. Sometimes towards the beach, and then sometimes it draws back. So it's all these phases. I always think of a beach.
You gotta ride the wave.
Yeah. So, yeah. I wrote about that. So, I respect that, because sometimes I have to be reminded.
I ain't saying I'm 100% right. I'm just saying.
No, but I respect you saying, because at first I was going to start getting. I think maybe I let her plant like kind of like a negative seed. Like I got my little attitude, like, well, I won't say that no more. And matter of fact, I won't. Sometimes like I don't like saying thank you for your service, but I can remember why.
It's weird for soldiers to hear that, for servicemen to hear that. At least for me,
it's a sense of honor.
But we get it though. I get it. It's just still, it's interesting. We're like, this is what I do, is my job. But it's like, but still though, if you didn't do your job, then
what would happen?
What would happen?
Or he or she.
Yeah, and that's what I don't know. It's like a rabbit trail when you think about service and think about the why, and why does your job matter in the grand scheme of everything that happens in life?
Because we're all one big body. Yeah. And if we can remember, we're one big community. Yeah. Yep. It doesn't matter black, white. I like that song, Michael Jackson. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. We all bleed the same. Mm-hmm. We have the same heart. I mean, like we have the same makeup beyond this skin, and we need each other. And God made us that way on purpose.
That's right.
So some of us don't do the same thing others do, and I'm happy for their service. Yeah. And I'm thankful that they've served. Right. Because if they weren't there, then I don't know where America would be. Yeah. So,
but I mean, yeah.
And other suppressed or oppressed countries that we butt into, that's another topic.
I think it's and just on the topic of, we talk about honor a lot, but honoring honoring the fallen and honoring the dead, is that it's important that we do that, because we remember. We just keep their memories alive when we talk about their stories and the good things that happened while they were alive, and just what they were able to achieve and accomplish, and what they meant to us. Whatever that is. Mm-hmm. So it's important that we take the time to stop and pause and honor. And there's a song that it's a little plug. Voices of Service sings called "Choke." It's written by Ryan Tedder of One Republic when we were on AGT, and it's called "Choke." And some of the words say, "I'll keep a picture of you on the wall." It basically is a song about remembering a person that is gone. Mm-hmm. And so, and that's the kind of way that we interpreted the song. So again, it's like I said, to honor those that have gone on.
So I think Memorial Day is happy because I'm honoring someone that served. But
you
on the
are
other
allowed
side,
to have that opinion.
And on the other side of it, I I want to respect the family member that's lost, the service member that still may be angry, because there's a whole process to grief and loss.
Yeah.
And until they can find the splendor or some type of glory in their loved one and remembering some of the stories, that's their right. But I like to honor not just the person that served, but the person that stayed home and was waiting for their service member to come home. And that's my plug, because I love the song "Come Home" by Voices of Service, and I will be putting up a reel, because I'm getting real good at that. So I'm gonna be putting a reel up about "Come Home," because that's my plug, because that's the song that I like. Okay, because this is Brunchin with Regina. All right. Okay.
Wow.
So anyway, happy Memorial Day to everyone in the family that have a service member. And it's happy because your service member, they honored and they served.
Yeah, the country, yeah.
And I mean, they did something that others wouldn't necessarily do, and they're being remembered. So I want to say, maybe I won't say happy Memorial Day. This is what we were taught to say, but I want to say have a blessed Memorial Day.
Ooh, I like that.
And then also, I want you to know I remember.
All right.
Deuces.
Deuces.
Well, I see breakfast on the table, and I can smell you in the halls. Lord knows I'd cry if I was able, but that won't get me through tomorrow.
And no, it's not like I was counting. I thought that we'd run out of days. I'll be holding on to something. Breathe in the air you took away. Oh, I'll keep a picture of you on the wall.
You on the wall,
Choke on the memory. I'll keep a message of you if you call.
choke on the memory.
Oh, I see your clothes in the closet. Oh, I hear your phone ring in the drawer.
There's no hope.
I'm not hoping for an answer. I'm just knocking at your door.
I'll keep a picture
of you on the wall. You on the wall. And choke on the memory. Yeah. Said I'll keep a message of you if you call. You if you call. Oh, I'll keep a picture of you on the wall. Oh, choke on the memory. I'll keep a message of you if you call.
choke on the memory. Well, I